Hey everyone, I just wanted to give you guys like an update video on the Kelsey Berreth situation, the Kelsey Berreth case. Here, I'll just adjust the camera. I just have a few notes that I wanted to add based on the reading that I did the other day. Also, I've gone back and watched my reading, and I've also, some of you, one of you actually in particular, responded, left a nice comment, and I was able to have a conversation with that person. I'm not going to mention her name here, but we did have a conversation on another one of my videos regarding my reading. And so I was able to kind of reflect further on both the reading I did for Kelsey, and also just hone in on a few details. Hopefully this will help someone out there. Hopefully this will just be some additional information that I'm picking up. I am an intuitive reader, I'm an empath, and I have clairsentient and clairaudient abilities. I'm not a psychic medium, so I'm not clairvoyant, but I do use the cards to read and to pick up messages. So let me just briefly tell you some of the messages, the additional messages that I have here from the reading that I did, and also just reflecting through a conversation I had with another tarot reader based on the reading that I did on Kelsey the other day. So a couple things. I'm definitely picking up the possibility that there is another person involved. The signs that are of importance, Kelsey was a Virgo. Okay, Kelsey is a Virgo. I don't know. I feel that she might have had Taurus and Libra in her chart. I also feel that I feel that there was at least one man involved, a water sign. I don't know Patrick Frazie's zodiac sign, so I really couldn't say, but based on my reading, I'm seeing a water sign and a fire sign. Now, it's also possible that the water sign had fire sign in their chart, but I'm seeing a water sign here, a man who is a father. Obviously, that's most likely definitely her fiance, Patrick, but I'm seeing someone who's very composed on the surface, but still waters run deep. And I'm seeing someone here that had temper tantrums, very kind of like a 5-year-old or a toddler when it came to their emotional maturity. And that is based on the reading that I did for Kelsey, a card that popped up there. I also saw a water sign coming up in her future, possibly past the time that she, well, we came to the conclusion that she's probably not alive. Likely, very much likely that she's not alive. I'm sorry to say that. Based on a few cards that we saw, namely the Five of Swords, the Ace of Wands reversed, and the World. But I do feel that this person's true colors were revealed after the fact. I feel also that the main motive was custody, regarding custody of her child. I also feel that one of the people involved in her attack and her disappearance, I'm seeing someone who is a cat person. Now, normally when you say cat person, you think of cat lady. I'm seeing someone that has a lot of stray cats. And it could be one of two people. It could be the water sign that I'm seeing, or an additional person that was an accomplice in her attack and her murder. And I do feel like this is a homicide. I do feel she was stabbed. I do feel she was attacked, driven to another location, and her body was disposed of. I'm seeing tree branches and water. No, I'm seeing small body of water, like a pool, like a puddle, or like a stream or a creek, but nothing much bigger than that. Yeah, I'm seeing someone that has a lot of stray cats, and I'm actually seeing dead cats. So, like, one of the cats is deceased, and then somehow, I don't know how that figures into it, but I was seeing, like, possibly a dead animal, or like covered with branches to kind of mask or to camouflage the scent, so to speak. Unfortunately, that's kind of something that I saw in my reading. Or there's someone like a cat lady or a cat person involved, because I went back and watched my Virgo reading for the week that she disappeared. And if you watch any of the Virgo readings out there for the week of Thanksgiving up until like around the time that she was reported missing, you'll notice that Virgos were going through an extremely difficult, painful period of time. Very accident prone. In fact, one of my readings I gave, the weekly reading, I mentioned stay away from sharp objects like knives. And actually during the reading I had stabbed myself with a Band-Aid, which was very strange. I've never hurt myself reading cards. I had a terrible paper cut during that reading. I was actually bleeding on to the table. So I don't feel that was a coincidence. And I feel very, I want to say like, I feel very attached to Kelsey because I have a lot of Virgo in my chart, and I was just, I can tell that she was a good person. I can tell that she was a beautiful person inside and out. She loved animals. She loved horses. She loved being outdoors. Really a sweet person. And I mean, her child is adorable. Her child is adorable as well. And I feel really bad that her child doesn't have a mother now. So definitely prayers, thoughts and prayers going out to Kelsey and her family. And I do hope that they find her. But those are just a few things that I wanted to add on. I think I mentioned possibility that there is another person involved. I am also seeing that tires, big tires, like a wheel or big tire tracks can be important in solving this missing persons case. And like I said, someone has a lot of stray cats, and I don't know if it's related to her disappearance. It's a clue or something. I'm also seeing that there's someone that has a key of some kind. It's an important piece of information there. Someone that had a key, possibly to her place or to, it's just a piece of evidence that I feel like it was popping up for me. If you watch the reading, I mentioned that there was someone, okay, someone keys to this case, and I actually was seeing a key as a physical piece of evidence. So again, her location, I feel like she was driven to another location. I feel that yeah, I mean, if you look around Gooding, Idaho, there's nothing there. It's the small little town, and then the outskirts, there's a creek and a river that runs all around this farmland. There's crop circles everywhere, and there's just a creek that turns into a river. So, and then beyond that, it's just mountains, you know. So it's pretty desolate. So, I mean, they would definitely need to use a psychic medium to pinpoint her exact location. But I really do hope they find her. Those are just some different pieces of, I guess those were some things that I was picking up from my reading, from my tarot card reading that I did on her disappearance, and also through a conversation that I was having with another reader. You know who you are, and it was actually very constructive, her comments. We were looking at some of the card combinations that came out, and she had actually done another reading too on her disappearance. So hopefully that helps someone. I really do hope they find her, and thoughts and prayers go out to her family. So.